I want to ask you a question.
Hmm.
That when you train for the big competition, we were talking
Mm,
that you change your diet and how much you eat. You
right.
you explain me. So you want to tell me something about your diet plan?
Sure. Well,
Go ahead. Or
right
no?
now, as I said, with the strongman, disabled strongman, we don't have weight classes as of yet. Like I had in arm wrestling that I did for over 20 years, where you had to make a certain weight, so you ate 3 or 4 meals instead of 5 or 6, just to cut weight and without going to the extreme. Now, um, I have a very good friend of mine from Vermont who's actually helping me with my nutrition program um, right now, and I will post a link information in the comment section of the YouTube
Yeah.
afterward. Um, but and as you know, you can be the best power lifter, the best strongman, the best athlete, but everybody has help.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
has different coaches for different things, uh, nutrition and diet, or motivation, whatever, recovery methods, or whatever. You just don't do that yourself.
Yeah. I
Uh,
understand. I understand.
well, some of our friends out there, they look at all these great athletes and they think, oh, he's great, and yes, he is, but he has a very good team. Um, so my friend is going to help me with a new product that's called exogenous ketones, or beta hydroxy butyrate. Just check to make sure I said that right. Um,
We will write down in the remarks.
yeah, I will.
What
And
I will do, just telling my viewers that whatever is available, the diet recommendation,
yeah,
I will write down under the information when I upload
so
this segment.
so what that's helping me with is the muscle maximization, focus with brain fuel, keep my fat loss going, decrease my inflammation from after training, because as you know, when we train hard for competition, our body can take a toll with all the constant damage we put it through,
Yes, yes, yeah.
and help with the recovery, and also maximize performance. So, and we're also going to be I'm also going to be collaborating on an ebook showing how I train, my methods, um, as well, for regular people can do in the gym. Um, so, like Harnek and I said, we will post the information at the bottom of the YouTube video in the comment section. So, um, yeah.
Let me ask you one or two things.
Hmm.
Sometimes a few things are so simple.
Yeah.
And to be honest, sometimes I'm just telling people, my friends, and who will be watching this. Sometimes I know the answer,
Yeah.
but I can't say, "Oh, I know it anyway," and I speak and speak, because some people their opinion may be different from me,
Mm.
and because your opinions are different things work for you, so people can know from different interviews your knowledge, because sometimes people say, oh yeah, okay, Jeff King, he's speaking, or Hanek speaking, but I tell people who are watching that sometimes it seems very simple, but it may have taken me or Jeff to learn 20 years, maybe 25 years, and you will know this in just 2 minutes. And people think, oh, just it's natural. No, there are so many things. Believe me, I'm in powerlifting for over 40 years, and I still learning new things.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to advise the beginners, especially the beginners, because I see so many friends of mine now, even from India. By the way, in India, they are organizing a lot of local strongman competition now,
Mm-hmm.
even at the national level.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they will produce world-class strongmen because there's so many strong people in India, but they don't have a chance.
Right.
So if you want to ask someone, I'm asking you briefly, what kind of advice you will give from your own experience about diet, or it could be safety or motivation. Just if someone say, hey Jeff, tell me in brief what advice you give from your own experience.
Well, okay. Um, as far as training, or as far as
Training a little bit to make your mind, sometimes you're
okay,
off, you say, damn it, I don't want to do it, or something. How you motivate yourself?
okay,
So sometimes you want to sit down and you know you have to get up.
okay. You have to have, for the motivation end of it, you have to have a reason to do it. Okay, and your reason might be different than my reason, might be different than his reason, and that's totally fine. And you have to do that, and you have to know about that for yourself. Don't just do it because my friend says this. And sometimes you have to be like that, because sometimes people are not all positive. Sometimes people say, oh, you can't do that, or you won't be able to do that. Well, you have to do it because you love it, first of all, because you want to do it, because otherwise you're not going to do it. Oh, this isn't fun anymore. Oh, this is too hard. I don't want to get up. Okay, well, then you go do something else or nothing at all. Um, you have to find a reason to do it and to keep doing it, whatever that is for you. Um, I've been training since high school, so all this stuff didn't come, like you said, it didn't come in a couple of days. You know, it,
No, it doesn't.
it for me it's since 1989. So do the math on that. I wanted to be bigger and stronger because of my disability, and because I wasn't very good at sports in school. So I wanted to do something that you didn't have to be part of the team to be doing, right? So I found the gym, and that led to other things as I went along, and as I got older and as I got stronger. I was able to do other things like the martial arts and the arm wrestling, and now the disabled strongman, and I even dabbled a little bit, pretending I can do powerlifting. But that's what it is. There has to be something in here to keep you going. It's different now because I'm 44, so I still want to stay strong and capable as I can as I got older, you know, and be able to move around and do stuff every day, really. Um, because I see a lot of people who are in their 40s and 50s, uh, not much older than I am, or even younger than I am, and they're wrecked. They're wrecked, because they either didn't ever do anything, or they don't do anything after high school or whatever, and just it's not a good way.
So simple, very short question. Now you said you are 44.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes we think we are old, sometimes the numbers are old. uh, in one or two lines, what would you say when you were say 30, when you're 44? Is there any big difference? Or I know the speed go down. I know in if you want to be a really Olympic lifter or like a sprinter, we are old. But as a strong man, I always tell people that 40, 45 is many people I've seen, they are at their peak as physical power. Do you think you're still close to your best lifts in strength wise?
Well, what you said there, if 45 is your peak year, that's good for me, because then I have one more year to go before I max out, so I can keep pushing. But anyway, um,
No, I tell you, I've seen people. You remember, by the way, I'm telling my viewers, my friends, I have a friend, he's pretty old now and became sick. He's 80, 82 years old. He set a powerlifting world record with IPF, a Masters world record, when he was 44. And the record stood for 31 years until they changed the classes. I think you remember Jim Moyer from London.
Okay. Yep.
And I have seen people, they hit their peak, some like 44, 45, 46. Even I mentioned another one, a friend of mine, he is 87 years old. His name is Joe Stockinger. He weighs 159 or 158 pounds, and he pulled deadlift 365 for 5 reps like a piece of cake. 87-year-old. The reason I'm not trying to ask people 60, 70 years old and go under the bar 5, 600 pounds, but I'm only trying to say that if you think you're old when you're like 40 or 50 or 60 years old, you are actually not. Or you can say a few words if you want to.
Well, I was just having fun saying about, yeah, I have 2 good years left now that I'm 44, having a little bit of fun with you there. But I think what the thing is, that just to add to what you said, yes, the recovery is different now, obviously. I mean, I'm not 22 anymore, but the thing is, too, I have people who are in their 50s. A friend of mine, Andy, he's 50 and he's going to the World Championships for the Masters in a couple weeks. So he's still deadlifting, 500-600 pounds in training, and bench pressing 300 and whatever for in training. And that's really good because he's there, and the friend I mentioned who's helping me with my diet and supplementation program, she's she's a 40 pluser too. So, and she's amazing. She certainly doesn't act like that. She's just like a big kid, really.
Actually, Jeff, what I'm trying to say here is, I know when we say I'm not 20 years old anymore, I know what you're saying, but only I want to encourage people who are 40 or 50 years old. Sometimes people, they give up. They think I'm
Right.
too old. Actually, I know the speed goes down, the metabolism goes down a little bit, and the recovery time probably is more than when we are young. But if you really want to achieve something, it is not late, and you should not give up. And don't listen to people. If you want to ask an advice, ask who is into something, who is a weightlifter or ex-weightlifter or a power lifter or a strongman. Don't ask someone who never trained or touched the weights,
Right.
and they will tell you you're old. Because I've seen some people, especially I'm from India, and in India at that time when someone got married and have a kid, he could be like 24 or 25 years old. People say, you're married, you have kids, you're an old man now.
No.
So we should not give up. I will try to wind up this conversation here. And as I said before, Jeff is a very close friend of mine, and he is a very nice gentleman to help people. So I will probably talk to him in a few months when he go to another competition or something. I will try to collect a few of his competition clips and probably put into one like a small movie or a video clip to encourage you. And if you have any questions, when I will upload this video on YouTube, if you have any questions, you want to ask him something about training or me, you're more than welcome. And I will at the end request you to, if you like this video, just share it and subscribe our channel, and I will keep in touch with him. And I will say good luck to you in your future
Thank you.
endeavors and this and that. And he is a very determined mind. If he was not, I will not talk to him. I presented him to you to let you know that actually I don't want to repeat again and again. He was second in the Disabled World's Strongest Man, which is a very, very, very tough event. So we will wind up here, and thank you for watching.